This episode of this episode of the Golf Gambling Podcast from the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Sports Gambling Podcast Network is hooking you up. New customers play just $5 to get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with code Golf SGPN. The college basketball is back this week, so head to your favorite college basketball experience and get their podcast. I'm rambling in a mention never before seen this week. So go to the wherever you get your podcast, listen to the college basketball experience for free, and go to the SGPN app for their picks. MyBookie.ag is also what we are brought to you by. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit, lightning fast payouts using crypto. MyBookie.ag promo code GolfSGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's MyBookie.ag promo code GolfSGPN. And finally, Novig. We're brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. They're a market, so you're getting the best prices available in 35 plus states. Download the Novig app. You get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with Novig. All right, that was you have to have your worst moment in life if you do a lot of things at once. That was probably my worst ad read as an ad readsman. So we'll just move on and pretend like that didn't even happen. We have the WWT Championship, Worldwide Technology Championship, Resort Course Birdie Fest. Nonetheless, the keys to success this week. Find the fairway. You could be long if you want to be long. You don't have to be long. Austin Eckert wasn't long, and he made 30 plus birdies, something like that. Get the fairway, get hot on the approach, get hot with the iron. So that's the strategy this week. 10K range. Who do we like? There's going to be, I think, some obvious chalk this week and potential pivots, or we just go with the guy who makes the most sense. And I think that's going to be Rico Hoey at $10,000. Rico finally found something with the putter last start at the Black Desert Resort Course, the Bank of Utah Championship. Rico Hoey is going to give himself 15 feet on every single hole. May he miss all those putts? Possibly. But I feel like with the ball striking he brings in, the form that he brings in, his his floor is so high. I think he's got a T18 floor. And will that potentially win you? It could at 10,000 because you're going to have a lot of room to build. But I think his floor is well worth the $10,000 price. Where JJ Spawn and Ben Griffin, they had a great year in 2025. Time off, Ryder Cup. They were never world beaters until last year. I don't want to buy all that. I want to ride the hot hand with Rico Hoey at $10,000. That's where we'll start our lineup. 9K range, some plays I like. I don't really love Grazeman. I didn't like Siwoo before he was out. Thor Bjornsson, I think, is in for a really good week, and I want to fade Higo. So that leaves Olsen, you, and Brennan. I'm not going to buy the Brennan train yet. We've seen guys get hot and stay hot for a little bit, but I want to stick with you, Olsen, and Thor Bjornsson. I'll tell you why. Thor Bjornsson's kind of coming into this week with some good results in his last few starts. I feel like the buzz is dying down a little bit, whereas there's some weeks where Thor Bjornsson is just super chalk. Everyone's like, oh, it's a throws week, it's a throws week. It's dying down just enough, and I think at the price that you're getting him is a perfect buy spot. This is a perfect golf course for his game. He's going to be able to bomb it out there, hit a ton of fairways, and then just mint easy greens. This is a golf course that kind of bad chippers play well out, and Thor Bjornsson's kind of been a bad chipper. So I like him. Olsen, he's been playing some great golf of late. So it's Thor Bjornsson and then Thorbjorn Olesen, the pseudo Danes. Thorbjorn Olesen, he's a winner in Birdie Fest over on the DP World Tour, and he's coming off a great few weeks of golf. Ride the hot hand. I wouldn't mind going him as your second guy in your lineups because he's just cheaper than Thorbjorn Olsen. And Kevin Yu. Kevin Yu feels extremely under the radar this week, even though you're getting a pretty stern ball striking ceiling. The off the tee's been really solid. The putter has been heating up a lot for Kevin Yu. He's gained strokes on the green in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of his last 10 starts. The approach play has been hit or miss, but we know he has a great approach ceiling, and he's been having good results. It's been T32, T11, T20, and T15 in his last few starts. So I think Kevin Yu is a sneaky pick that's not really on everyone's radar. I think he's a great potential second man in. So my guys in this 9K range are Thorbjornsson, Olesen, and you. I'm fading the Higo train. Higo makes a ton of sense right now in terms of ball striking, in terms of strokes gained, but he's never done it consistently. He really hasn't. So I'll fade him at a high at $9,300. 8K range. I absolutely love Nick Taylor and Keith Mitchell. These two names are bigger names, I guess, in this field with the ability to make birdies in different way. Keith Mitchell is going to hit every single fairway. Nick Taylor is going to hit every single fairway and hopefully get hot with the middle irons, where Keith Mitchell has that bombing gouge, go on birdie runs. Keith Mitchell will give you those 3 birdie streaks, which, will make the difference sometimes in DraftKings. And what I like most about Keith Mitchell, coming off of a T10 at the Bay Current, which is enticing, and he was on the record for being like, I want to have a great season this year. I want to break out and be that guy that I know I could be. He's won before on tour. He knows how to make birdies. So I think Keith Mitchell is going to have I think it's a great time for a buy for him. And then Nick Taylor, like I said, he's going to hit, he knows how to win a birdie fest. He's going to hit it every single fairway and hopefully get hot with those middle irons. The approach play has been kind of weak, but he's coming off of a great season. He made the Tour Championship at East Lake. Hopefully the irons can heat up again. Love those two guys towards the top of the 8K range. Towards the middle, I like Jacob Bridgman, $8,300. Jacob Bridgman is a guy who can do it with the putter. He can put it to 25 feet a ton and just get scorching hot with the putter. I like that ability to just win it with a hot putter. So Jacob Bridgman is a guy. And Jesper Svensson towards the bottom, another driver putter type guy. I think he can really heat up with the putter. The approach play also hit or miss with Jesper, but Jesper, I like him on this style of golf course. Just bomb it out there, hit some greens, and get really hot with the putter. So Svensson and Bridgman are my driver putter guys, and I really like towards the top Keith Mitchell and Nick Taylor. There's going to be some love for Pearson Coody. I think the price is too high for we don't know the consistency yet, so I'm kind of out on him. 7K range. Johnny Kiefer. If you don't know the name, remember the name. Corn Ferry Tour merchant. He is just outside the top 50 OWGR, so he's got a lot to play for this week. Remember, the top 50 OWGR get into the Masters. Johnny Kiefer had a great season on the Corn Ferry Tour, and we see guys coming in off the Corn Ferry Tour and get super hot. Michael Brennan last start, Matt McCarty last year. So this time of year is a time to ride the hot hand, and Johnny Kiefer is that guy. But I really love Steven Yeager down here at $7,800. I'm actually going to put him in right now. He is coming in off of 2 solid approach weeks and some good putting. We have seen the driver be a little bit loose, but at a golf course like this, it doesn't matter where you drive it really. So Steven Yeager, just bomb it out there. This should free him up visually to just hit a ton of fairways and get hot with the irons and hot with the putter, which we know he could do. Towards the middle of the 7K range, I like Mark Hubbard in easy conditions always. I really like Doug Game as always, and I love EVR. When EVR is in the bottom half of the pricing in weak fields, you blindly play him. He won this event 75, 90 to 1, I believe 2 years ago. And sometimes he starts trending like the right direction, and then he gets up to like $9,300 and he plays like shit. So you buy EVR when he's at the bottom and then slowly monitor it, then fade. He's towards the bottom now. This is when you buy EVR. Also really like Doug Game. We know he's going to stripe it. Can he putt? His floor is made cut, and I'll tell you that, at $7,500. And towards the bottom here, $7,400, Luke Clanton. If anyone has a high young gun ceiling, like we're high on these guys like Thorbjornsson, Hoey, Clanton was right up there. Clanton was nearly winning golf tournaments. We didn't just forget about him, and he's finally making some putts. So Clanton is $7,400. I think is a great buy for his current state. 6K range, and then we got to go back up. Also 7K range flat. Nicholas Norgard-Moller, absolute nuclear off the tee. Was going to set records. Going to be so confident off the tee this week. My favorite play in the 6K range is Ben Coles. Ben Coles will actually pencil him in. He's ball striking it so well, and finally had a good putting week. The dude was hitting it too good and just putting like an absolute dog. But but he was near average with the putter in his last start. Hit it really well in his T20 at the Bank of Utah. So Ben Cole, 6,900 is a great buy in my opinion. Then towards the bottom, we have guys that I'm not going to go to, but I like. Adam Schenk, $6,600. Adam Schenk is finally hitting it well. He's gained that approach twice in a row for the first time since May, and that was the last time he finished top 5. So Schenk is a guy. Adam Svensson, we kind of forgot about Adam Svensson, but he was chalky for 1 week after he had a really good round, I believe, at the 3M Open or before the 3M Open. So I'm down for those two guys, but I will close this lineup out. We can go all the way up to Ben Griffin, but we're not going to do that. I like Thorbjornsen. I'll go with Michael Thorbjornsen. So that's Hoey, Thorbjornsen, first two guys in. Jaeger, EVR, Clanton, Coles. I think this is going to be a 6 for 6. Leave you $1,000 on the table and get a little different. So any questions, you know where to find me. I'll be on live with Dom probably in 2 hours going through our bets. So I will catch you then. I look forward to hearing from you. And yeah, peace out. Hope you enjoyed.